Well, let's take a look at today's team news. David Moyes' squad has been stretched severely in recent weeks. No Cahill or Arteta. Now Tony Hibbert is sidelined with a knee problem, and Andy Johnson has failed a fitness test on a groin injury. One or two who do start are carrying knocks as well. So it's Yakubu and Anichebe up top for Everton, with Phil Neville moving to right back. Lee Carsley anchors the midfield. It could be his last game for Everton after 6 years of excellent service, as he's out of contract in the summer. Well, Kevin Keegan has found a winning formula in recent weeks, but he's been forced to change it today. With Mark Viduka and Obafemi Martins injured, Jeremy has suffered a family bereavement, and Joey Barton's unable to feature as his bail conditions don't allow him into the city of Liverpool. Smith, Duff and Zogbia and young Andy Carroll start, the latter for the first time. And Newcastle to get us underway, but really today, Davy Provan, it is all about Everton. They need that point to avoid extending next season.
They certainly do, Daniel. Yeah, I think David Moyes will just be glad they're at home, because I do believe the supporters can play a part in getting them over the finishing line here today. And rarely have I heard this ground crackling the way it is right now. Terrific atmosphere.
Well, it is always one of the best. And Michael Owen knows it very well, having silenced it on a number of occasions. It's just as well that Everton don't need a win today, because they haven't won on the final day of the season for 12 years. But David Moyes does have a good record here against Newcastle. He's not suffered defeat at their hands here as Everton manager. This is Nicky Butt. Michael Owen battling with Lee Carsley, who could be saying his farewells today. Jose Enrique to bring it forward. A fixture in recent weeks, and he's looking to spring away the pace of Charles Zogbia, who will enjoy an attacking role for once. And Jagielka eventually able to tidy up.
I think he would have put it in earlier, but there was nothing to hit there, no support. They broke so quickly down the left hand side there, Newcastle. They couldn't get anybody into the box. That's why he didn't throw it in first time.
And he will enjoy the chance to get forward from that left-hand side. He has been playing left-back for much of the season, but it's Newcastle making the bright start, and Jagielka had to judge that one correctly, and Howard too. Well, an intriguing decision for Peter Walton, the referee, to make there.
I think that's always a danger, though, when Michael Owen's around. The ball dropped in just behind your two centre-backs. He's always looking to spin off the shoulder of the last centre-back. And both Yobo and Jagielka are going to have to be right on their toes here.
Yakubu hoping to cause problems for Newcastle. He might do. Pienaar providing support. Battered away by Fight. Everton's turn to get on the front foot here. Fernandes. It is a cracking noise around Goodison Park. It's an atmosphere that is rarely equalled when it's really on song. We've had one or two occasions this season where we've seen that, notably the European nights here against Fiorentina. The noise was taking us back to the halcyon days. This is Leon Osman. And it's those great European nights they want to taste again. They will be in the Intertoto whatever happens. But that would mean a much earlier start to proceedings, their first competitive game at the end of July, and they don't want that. This is Fernandes, it's within range for him.
Well, I think he's every right to take the shot on. He did have Phil Neville on his right hand side making an offer, but the minute Fernandes got spun there, he had plenty of time to get the shot away. Gets the ball over the top as he tried to find Michael Owen. Newcastle striker just wasn't for giving it up.
Zogbia, and now Carroll with a chance to shoot, to sting the hands of Howard.
Well, I took it in well, Tim Howard, because had he spilled it, Michael Owen was right on top of it. Important thing was that he either got it wide or took it into his gloves. He did well.
He has been a real safe pair of hands this season, Tim Howard, for Everton, and a clean sheet today would achieve a Premier League record for Everton jointly. That's Abdoulaye Faye across to shackle Yakubu, which is going to be a tough task, certainly when he genuinely applies himself. Up goes Osman. Will this drop for Pienaar? Sneaky Buttu was there. Carroll holding on in the end. Up to Nzogbia. Yobo. Escaped the clutches of Fai, who was fouled.
Just a little nudge there as the ball was knocked forward. Just here, Anichebe knew exactly what he was doing, just making sure that Fai wasn't getting a clean jump.
Anichebe getting a chance from the start, which hasn't been a regular occurrence this season. He has been a great impact player, often from the bench. And it's more of a case of needs must, because David Moyes was struggling really to find 16 fit players. Everton will get the decision in their favour this time. I'm sure Phil Neville there in the challenge with Andy Carroll.
Well, he had his hands up right away, Andy Carroll. I'm just surprised that his starting position wasn't a little bit wider to allow him to come and attack that on the angle, because you'd fancy him with that height advantage over Phil Neville.
Sure, Phil Neville will have one eye on proceedings just down the road at the JJB. He'll be wanting an update at half-time, I'm sure. With a title at stake. Much at stake here. Towards Andy Carroll. This is Yobo. Yakubu the target, again using his physical presence on Fai. That will be a battle this afternoon, a battle that will rage, I'm sure. This is Carsley. That should be safe for Steve Harper, who is the only survivor of the previous Keegan era. Victor Anichebe got a couple of goals against Newcastle here last season. Game played around Christmas time, and you know it's Christmas when Phil Neville scores. He was on the score sheet that day. Although he has added to his account recently with that deflected effort against Villa. This is Pinar. Yakubu. He'll take it on himself, beat stuff, fires the shot. And the first one in anger, really.
Well, he did brilliantly to make the space for himself, because there were so many players go side when he receives here. He somehow managed to slip Mickey Butt, slip Damien Duff. I don't think he gets a hold of the shot. It's always dragged, always heading wide. But Fernandez coming in at the back post almost made up the ground to get on the end of it.
A foul by Taylor on Yakubu.
Shielded so well, Yakubu. Taylor thought he was getting his foot on the ball there, but great body strength from Yakubu. Offers a great target when he comes short to take it in.
Well, Jagielka and Lescott will pose some questions, as well as the expected Anichebe and Yakubu, provided the delivery is right. And it's Fai who's underneath it. Where's it going to land? Yakubu, he gets a touch. Jagielka!
Don't think he really knows where the goalposts are there, Phil Jagielka. Lost his bearings a little bit. Fai did brilliantly. I'm sure he gets a call here from Harper as Fernandez throws this ball in. But if he thinks he can deal with it, he has to do that. And he takes a real sore one from his goalkeeper. But brave enough to stick his head in. And this the effort from Jagielka. Newcastle had bodies on the goal line anyway. It was going to take something a bit special to score there.
He wanted a free kick, it's not coming, and this is Carroll leading a Newcastle breakout. All on his own at the moment.
Good play by Tim Howard. Carroll had no option. There's no support arriving at all, and he has to try and take Jagielka on here. There's no support at all either side of him. Has to take the centre back on. And that last touch just a little bit too heavy. Tim Howard out very quickly to take. But that's a danger for Everton. regardless of how much they have of the play, always liable to lose one on the counter.
Pienaar. The draw will do Everton, but it's not in their DNA really to play for one. This is Nzogbia, up to Carroll. Enrique. Nzogbia chasing. Again, a bit of respite, and maybe more than that for Newcastle. This is Nzogbia. He's found the cross.
Oh, what a ball! That is a terrific ball, and it's Carroll at the front post who's just caught on his heels. Well, David Moyes won't be happy at all. This came across the face of goal. Lovely little spin, and that is into the perfect area for a striker.
That's a foul conceded by Duff on Pienaar.
I think he had to think about it, Peter Walton, then he realises that I don't think he's got any choice here but to produce a yellow card. It's a cynical challenge from Damien Duff. He knows that Pienaar's going in behind them into a good area.
Pienaar, a busy presence, and one that they've signed up permanently, having been on loan this season from Dortmund. And the presence of Lescott and Jagielka will add to the concern. Yakubu hits the 20 mark for Everton and strengthens their case for a UEFA Cup place. That would certainly seal it. Everton hit the front.
Oh, he's just got to help on to the target, Yakubu. It's a terrific ball in from Fernandes. Comes in at a perfect height. Yakubu, I don't think, even has to jump for this. All he's got to do is use the pace that's on the ball and help on to the target. Terrific ball in. Newcastle defenders on the back foot, and Yakubu just has to nod it good morning, and he's put Everton ahead. I think it's Andy Carroll who's picking him up here, ends up underneath it, and Yakubu had very little to do.
Well, delight in the celebrations and a milestone for Yakubu, the 20th goal of the campaign. Peter Beardsley, the last Everton player to do that. This is Duff. Comes into the wall that is Leon Osman.
It might even have been getting away from Damien Duff, but he's certainly checked out there by Osman. And this is certainly within range. Not a lot Osman could do, to be fair to the midfield player. I'd be surprised if Howard doesn't want 4 on the wall here.
Well, and Nzogbia and Duff are organising this set piece. Here's Nzogbia to hit it, and hit it with venom.
Well, I don't think it's ever going to beat Tim Howard, because Tim Howard starts on that post, or just inside that post. That's his side of the goal. But it did appear to take a very late dip there. I think he's always got it covered. Decent effort though from Nzogbia.
They're in good voice at the moment at Goodison Park. Paying for a free kick against Alan Smith there. They like to referee the odd game as well. Into Anichebe. Can he force the issue here? Pienaar in there.
Terrific tackle from Stephen Taylor. Everton supporters screaming for a penalty. I reckon it's a terrific tackle from the centre back.
It wouldn't be his first crucial challenge of the season, Taylor. He has really become almost the rock upon which that back four is built for Newcastle at the age of 22. There he is again. This is Joe Yobo, seeking and finding Joleon Lescott. Into Anichebe. Pienaar. Bay, but Yakubu got a little header in. Anichebe, and now Lescott. Just evades Yakubu's clutches, but Osman can pick it up. Neville in support. Can Newcastle survive this? Up goes Anichebe. Lescott. Yakubu! Well, that has to seal it for sure now, or no, it's been ruled out, the flag is up.
David Moyes wanting to look at the monitor at his dugout there, but either way, terrific width from Everton through either fullback. First of all, Lescott to the byline, and then just a few moments later it was Phil Neville from the other side. Hung up really deep there by Neville. Lescott given offside. I think it's a correct decision.
Well, Guy Beale, the man on that side, making a decision which certainly looked like an accurate one, and Yakubu hasn't registered his 21st, but once again it sends the Everton supporters into full cry, and they've got plenty to shout about at the moment. Shouts in complaint at a free kick award in favour of Andy Carroll. And Newcastle won't be allowed to get on with it.
Well, because it's a head injury, I think Peter Walton just wanting to make sure that Andy Carroll's okay. Good to be caught by the right elbow here of Joleon Lescott. Not a great deal in it, I have to say.
It's a little further out this time. Zogbia to float it in this time, but floated in ahead of everyone.
I thought he might have taken it on after the last effort.
Anichebe the target here. Well, he's got the better of Bay and Jose Enrique the first time. Work to do, that's magical stuff. And this is Fernandez. Yakubu. Well, waves of pressure which Newcastle are struggling to survive at the moment. Osman.
Well, Osman's effort always going wide, but previous to that, terrific set-up play for Anichebe. Fernandez got loads of time to open his body, kicked up just in front of Harper there. All the time in the world here to set himself, wrap the inside of his left foot around it. And although it's a save you'd expect Harper to make, it was an awkward one.
Fernandez testing the goalkeeper. Hasn't scored in this second spell at Everton. You might remember particularly that wonderful goal against Manchester United in defeat last season.
Well, Yakubu was convinced he'd made it two. I think we'll see here as Newcastle try to get out on the far side. Newcastle left back, very, very tight. But the assistant was perfectly placed to call it.
And Ichibi's perfectly placed here. Oh, and Harper in real trouble for a moment. Massive sigh of relief for him.
Well, I don't know what he's saying to the defenders in front of him. I think he's saying I saw it very late, but he's almost fumbled that into his own goal here, Steve Harper, who's had a terrific game so far. Don't know what went on there.
Well, a worrying moment, and it's invited potentially another one here for Newcastle. Yobo making his way up there as well this time. Into Jagielka. Fernandez to try again. Smith hurled himself at that. It's Pinar. He'd prefer it on his right foot. He'll feed Fernandes again. Neville will provide him with an option he'll use. Neville across the face, Yobo! Oh, what a chance to double Everton's money.
Well, I should have scored. And Newcastle just been taken apart now in the wide areas. Everton getting both fullbacks into the game constantly. Terrific ball in from Phil Neville. Well, for a centre-back, you're expecting him to keep that down onto the target, Yobo. He's under no pressure. And Davy Moyes will just hope that Everton don't live to regret that.
Well, he broke his duck against Villa for the season recently. But Joe Yobo couldn't find the target there with the best opportunities he'll have had to get on the score sheet all season. Well, this game is in very grave danger of slipping beyond Newcastle very soon.
Well, I think David Moyes will be looking for that second goal, though, Daniel. That's the one that buys you a little bit of psychological comfort. 1-0, always difficult to defend.
Osman searching for that second goal. And almost finding it, Harper tested again. Won't fall for Yakubu or for Fernandes. And Alan Smith with some almost desperate defending now for Newcastle.
A terrific save from Harper. Had to get his left hand across so quickly there.
Well, he's keeping Everton out by orthodox or unorthodox means. By hook or by crook, the margin is still one. And there's still hope for Newcastle, but it's hope that's hanging by a precarious thread. And UEFA Cup place is firmly in Everton's grasp at the moment.
This was a terrific save from Harper. Taylor deliberately shows Osman the outside, but he shifts it and gets his shot away so quickly. Back across Harper, and he has to get a very quick extended left arm out there, and did ever so well.
Half where Everton have found themselves in the lead at the close of it, thanks to Yakubu's 20th goal of the season. Should have been more. Newcastle have got Steve Harper to thank. He's made a couple of excellent saves, had at least one moment of real good fortune. Cassipa making his way on for Abdoulaye Faye, who did sustain a knock to the head in the first half in a tangle with his goalkeeper. So it's the big Brazilian on, and about the only experienced defensive option really that Kevin Keegan had at his disposal amongst the substitutes. So Everton 45 minutes away from sealing UEFA Cup football, provided they keep their eye on the ball. Well, Newcastle, well, they've got to impose themselves a good deal more.
Many times they've just struggled to get the ball, Daniel. Everton have dominated possession, and they really have stretched Newcastle right across the back. The one thing that David Moyes will be saying to his side is don't lose a goal, don't offer Newcastle any encouragement to get back into this game, because if Newcastle get one, it's going to get very anxious all of a sudden.
And Zogbia, who's done more than anyone, and it's an excellent run, and it will be a penalty. Well, Everton may just have hit the self-destruct button to a degree.
No protest at all from Joseph Yobo. Great run from Nzogbia. Once he gets in the box, the challenge has got to be spot on from Yobo. Extends his right leg, takes nothing of the ball, and Peter Walton has no choice there. Great run at Nzogbia, committing defenders, and that's a nailed-on penalty.
Not the tiniest sliver of doubt in Peter Walton's mind. And Michael Owen at Goodison Park scores. Newcastle are level and have a foothold in the match. Not the most popular away goal scorer at Goodison Park, but Michael Owen has struck the back of the net against Everton again.
Oh, I so disappointed Tim Howard, because this goes through him, it goes underneath him. He guesses the right way, he goes early, and it just slips under his body. Michael Owen goes for power, but Tim Howard will feel he should have saved that. Somehow it goes through him.
That's 12 for the season for Michael Owen, and dejection for Tim Howard. And the complexion of the match has changed. The situation hasn't. This will still be enough for Everton, but the nerves are perhaps going to be set jangling here, certainly off the field.
That's what I was talking about, Daniel. You know, all of a sudden it gets very anxious for Everton. They're walking a tightrope now. They can't afford to lose another one.
Not wishing to muddy the waters too much. It does depend on what Villa do at West Ham. If Everton don't win, but they're in a position that will be enough for them at the moment. Cassipa's first involvement in the game there to concede a corner. Lescott, Yobo and Jagielka as ever in there. It evades Lescott, away by Taylor. Suddenly the weather is a lot gloomier around Goodison, and the outlook for Everton is as well. It might be worse here. Damien Duff on the charge. Nothing in the way of support at the moment, though. Eventually the cavalry comes, but
Great tracking from Pienaar. Spotted the run of Damien Duff and matched them all the way. But it's game on here.
That's Fernandes to win the battle in midfield. Yakubu to bring Phil Neville into the game. He has been an important attacking weapon for Everton down this flank. He'll use Osman. Carsley. Ichibi as well, shot on.
Well, he's disappointed, and he's right to be disappointed, because it was a great take and turn on the chest. Took it in and turned all in one, and then smothered the shot. And this is the vital moment of the second half so far. No conviction about the challenge from Yobo. I think he knew he was skinned there by Nzogbia. And he just throws his right leg out. Ball's gone by the time he does that. Not a difficult decision for Peter Walton.
Well, we'd already pinpointed him from the evidence of the first half as the biggest threat to Everton's dominance, Charles Nzogbia, and so it proved. Joseph Yobo conceding a penalty which may not in itself be pivotal, but it's certainly given Newcastle that extra lift in terms of confidence, and has given David Moyes' team much greater task here. His expression tells the story. That's Lescott. Fernandes. Carsley. That's Osman with a sharp turn, but he can't feed Joleon Lescott, who was making strides down that flank. Damien Duff and Alan Smith, the blonde brigade in there between them, halting the imminent danger. Lescott's still involved. Carsley. Cassipa winning that duel, but Lescott fighting hard as well. Duff able to take the sting off Lescott's cross. Yakubu looked as though he was in behind, but was caught by Taylor, it would seem.
Stephen Taylor not making too much of it. Clearly feels it was a free kick. Yeah, leading with his right arm. No choice here for Newcastle. They're going to have to defend this right on top of Steve Harper. By the time he comes into the box, they're going to be right on top of their goalkeeper.
Fernandes provided a quality delivery which created the goal, which Everton led at half-time. Yakubu, the beneficiary of it, right in the middle of the mixer there. And it should be by the penalty spot. It's fizzed in, and Harper does well. And it somehow squeezed its way through the crowd of bodies that were converging on it. Pienaar to pick it up this time. Fernandes. Not afforded room. Pienaar is definitely clipped by Duff there. He may protest, but it looked clear enough from here.
It'll be Fernandes again. Steve Harper's got a similar problem to that he had just a few moments ago when he made a very good save from Fernandes.
It's Newcastle who are feeling the anxiety again. Fernandes to deliver again, it's dangerous, and again it's brilliant from Steve Harper.
Well, I had to move his feet very quickly because that's getting into the top corner. And just adjust his position to allow him to get his left arm up. Terrific save. Just had to adjust his feet ever so quickly. Loads of late dip in the ball, and that's a fine save.
And it's Joseph Yobo who goes up, another headed opportunity for him, and the one which he can't find the target with. Well, Newcastle, if they escape today with the result, they've got a lot to thank him for.
Yeah, this was a really awkward save for Steve Harper because he must have seen it really late, came through so many bodies, and he's probably expecting somebody to make a run across the front of him as well. So he did well to deal with it.
Newcastle goal under siege again. Damien Duff able to get it away. Carroll hoping to get there first. And a challenge from behind on Carsley. Everton supporters baying for blood, predictably.
He's always wrong side there, Andy Carroll, never in a position to make a clean challenge at all. Carsley was always favourite. To be fair, he took some of the ball, but he has to go through Carsley to take it.
Fernandes to deliver again, off the head of Nicky Butt this time. Bit of a painful one there for
just stood on him, yeah. Oh, I can laugh. That's painful, I can tell you.
Pienaar trying to work his way through. And the last thing Newcastle want to have to defend is another Everton free kick, but that's the prospect that faces them here.
And Zogby again, just badly placed to take it cleanly.
And there again, it's Jagielka who got on this time.
Well, when that ball's in the air, Daniel, my money's on Jagielka scoring there. He comes in at a good angle, he's up really early, and somehow he can't keep it down. But he gets a free run at this, he's up, and he can't quite get it down onto the target.
Pienaar on the receiving end in the end was Habib Bey on the ground as well. Smith.
Oh, he's lucky he's not planted there, Pienaar. He's got his feet off the ground. It's enough to help Davy Moyes out the dugout making his point.
Enough for Alan Smith to get a yellow card. They've been a fairly regular occurrence down the years for Alan Smith. And both of the managers up on their feet. For David Moyes, the anxiety much the greater, with so much at stake. Albeit Everton would be in Europe, whatever happens. You don't want 3 extra weeks of competitive action, which is effectively what it would be. Oh, and Anichebe is away here. Behind Kasapa, Yakubu up with him, but Anichebe goes alone!
Desperately unlucky. First clean chance Everton have made in the second half. Kasapa sells himself here, ends up wrong side. As the ball's played here, he ends up wrong side, tried to nick it. I just wonder if Yakubu is on side here as Anichebe breaks. Maybe that's why he didn't play in a little bit earlier. Certainly got his head up looking for a strike partner. Just a little bit too much pace on it.
Well, he did get a couple of goals against Newcastle last season, and Anichebe's made his point against what is now a much changed lineup. It's a great opening for him there. Yakubu unable quite to get on the end of it, but Everton with some defending to do here. And again, while Carroll waits, it is Nzogbia who is plotting Everton's downfall. Nzogbia to float it in, just escapes Owen's head. And that head has been lethal often enough lately. Nicky Butt to try and keep the pressure on. And Nzogbia. That'll squirm for Fernandez. Only Anichebe ahead of him at the moment. Bay able to cut that one out. Get Newcastle on the front foot here. Smith. And Nzogbia. Into Owen. Bay, and now Alan Smith again. As the urgency of the attack subsides. And Phil Neville. Anichebe hoping to get there. Kasapa doing enough to prevent him. Little fall for Fernandez. Now Yakubu. Opted for the shot, and Lescott will pick up the pieces anyway. Anichebe coming in. Carsley now, can he keep it alive?
Oh, a good spell from Everton at last to get a reaction from the crowd. And David Moyes will want to play as much of this last quarter in the Newcastle half.
Anichebe trying to feed Yakubu. Taylor stepped in. This is Carsley. Back along with Owen. And Owen has conceded the free kick.
Well, I think I've got to say of the soft variety here. Michael Owen's entitled to go and contest that, but it's a nice angle nevertheless here for Everton. And once again it's Fernandez who wants it and gets a shot.
They'll take it quickly. Osman trying to get in there, and Lescott! Lescott strikes for Everton and eases those anxieties. They're surely heading towards the UEFA Cup now.
It's the first time in the match Everton have taken a short free kick in that position. Fernandez was coming over, he wanted to knock it into the box, but he knocked it into his feet really early. But once again he found a beautiful delivery. Lescott getting round the back, nobody picking him up. And he just cushioned that back across Steve Harper here. Carsley does well, takes it quickly. It's into a good area. Stephen Taylor can't get enough on it to clear it. And that's a terrific finish from Lescott. Just opens the inside of his left foot and guides it back across Harper. That's a finish that any striker would be proud of.
Now the player of the year with crucial, maybe the goal of the year, his 10th of the season. The last Everton defender to do that was Derek Mountfield way back in 1985 in Everton's most successful season. And it's a major achievement. It's not often that you get that occurring these days. And if he can be as important to Everton as Derek Mountfield was during those halcyon days, you'll not be doing too badly. And Kevin Keegan with plenty to say. I don't think he can argue too strongly that his team would deserve any more out of the game, though, would they?
I don't think so. I think Everton are worth the lead. I think you'll see this day. Certainly the two central midfield players of Everton, Osman and Castle, I think they'll be much less inclined to go beyond the ball now. They'll stick goal side and just make sure they protect the two centre backs. If there is going to be support from midfield for the strikers, it will come from the two wide boys, Fernandes and Pina.
Goes away by Yakubu, and Anichebe is in! And Harper once again produces an excellent save.
Well, I had to be out very quickly, Steve Harper, and once again Kasafa's caught. He's caught completely here in his heels, and Anichebe anticipated it, he's in behind. Good spread from the Newcastle keeper.
Michael Owen. Lescott lost his footing. Duffy managed to escape his clutches on that far side.
Well, Julian Lescott slipped in the far side, that's what allowed Duff to get free, and Nicky Butt had every right to try and find him. Certainly has a range of passing to pick him out from that range.
Habib Bey. Damien Duff again. Smith. Was Osman. First an effective challenge. Lescott. The greatest of clearances from Bey, and Osman can exploit that here. Down he goes, and the penalty is awarded. Well, it's the first time Everton have been awarded a penalty in the Premier League this season, and they've had to wait to the last day.
Again, I don't think Peter Walton's got a chance, and I think he's getting away from Leon Osman. That touch there is taking it away from him and into Bey. And Stephen Taylor still makes the challenge, not dissimilar to Yobo's for the first penalty. And here we go again.
Well, Yakubu has the opportunity from the penalty spot. He scores! The party can start now for Everton. UEFA Cup football will be returning here next season, and it's goal number 21 for the big Nigerian.
Yeah, that's the one that removes all the doubt, Daniel. All the pressure off David Moyes and his players now. Very slow run up from the big striker, and just opened his foot at the last moment to wrong foot Steve Harper. And the reaction behind that goal tells its own story. Everton straight into the UEFA Cup.
Well, Yakubu's contribution huge this season. That takes him to 15 in the Premier League. Only Tony Cottee has bettered that total in the history of the Premier League. League goals alone. Well, the party is beginning over on the far side, and then all around Goodison Park there's no way back for Newcastle now. Pina, well, they're about to add to the Newcastle agony. Anichebe, he's retrieved it. Yakubu on a hat-trick now. I don't want to let that opportunity slip. Lescott, away by Taylor.
He's covered some ground this afternoon. Julian Lescott once again offered the pass on the left-hand side. He's covered every blade of grass down that side of the pitch.
It's the sort of noise that they hadn't been making at Goodison Park since the days of Sharp, Stevens, Sheedy. But they're certainly a club on the up, Everton. Fernandes. He has a go! Well, Harper not for the first time forced into a save.
I don't think it's one he would try and take into his gloves. Ball moving all over the place there.
And Zogbia, fed by Luar. Howard with the test this time.
Well, very little to hit from that angle. He's going to do well to beat Tim Howard at his near post, but terrific run again from Nzogbia. He's been, by some distance, the best player for Kevin Keegan today.
Free kick given. Stephen Taylor. And the foot a little high for the referee's liking on Phil Jagielka. It's an opportunity for Everton to delve into their reserves. And Joe Yobo departing. Leighton Baines ready to replace him. And what has been, from a personal point of view, something of a difficult campaign for Baines with all his injuries. Hasn't played as much football as he would have hoped. Plenty of back slapping and congratulations. So Baines on, and it will mean that Julian Lescott will probably get his wish of playing centre-back for the last 6 minutes of the game.
I'm just looking at Phil Neville there, saying to Anichebe, go on, get off! Let's go on with this! He was in no hurry to go off, he was enjoying the applause there, the youngster.
Certainly milking the moment. Thomas Gravison, very much a member of the supporting cast this season for Everton, will be on the field at its end. There is Lescott to win his first header as centre-back. Cassiper. Pressure, Neville, that's illegal pressure though on Luar.
Well, that's where the pressure, as far away from your own goal as possible. Just try and squeeze the game into the Newcastle half, keep the play as far away from Tim Howard's goal as possible. And Everton looking very comfortable now. And just over 4 minutes for David Moyes, this crowd and his players to thoroughly enjoy.
Through 2 minutes of added time at Goodison Park. Michael Owen hoping to make an impact again. Julian Lescott shutting the door.
I almost got lucky, Michael Owen. Well, nutmeg, accidental nutmeg to get in behind Lescott, but good recovery from the big fullback.
We're going to see some final changes here. For Everton, it's another opportunity for a youngster in Jack Rodwell, only 17. And he will soak up this reception, Lee Carsley. It could well be the last time he tastes action in an Everton shirt here. And there aren't many worthy of a better reception than Lee Carsley. For a wonderful service he has given this club in over 6 years here. A Walter Smith signing, but he's served David Moyes magnificently. Peter Walton with a look at the watch. Everton will be playing UEFA Cup football again next season, and they have sealed it in some style in the end here. A dominant performance from David Moyes' team.
Congratulations, David. Another great achievement, and you sealed it in style really today, didn't you?
Good performance, and maybe could have scored more goals, but a bit nervy once they get the penalty kicking back to one each. But I thought we deserved the victory. I thought we made good chances, missed a few, but played very well today.
I suppose it wouldn't be like an Everton occasion if the nerves weren't set jangling a little at some point, and that's what happened in the second half.
No, that's happened here in the past. Hopefully we're changing that round a little bit. Hopefully we're getting not quite so nervous as we have been. It's a terrific achievement to finish fifth in the Premier League. It's a real difficult league to play in, and we're really pleased with that. The players should be proud as anything. They've done great. But in the same breath, I'd like to finish higher up. That's my job. And we gave Liverpool a run for fourth for a long part of the season. We weren't quite able to get there in the end. But You know, we've certainly deserved fifth. We've been pushed really hard by the likes of Villa and Portsmouth and Man City and Blackburn throughout the season. So it's been an interesting Premier League, and I'm really pleased that we finished fifth.
So Everton beat Newcastle by 3 goals to 1 at Good.